This prospect is shocking everybody by how good he's been so far this year. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Red Seat Radio. My name is Corbin, and the Portland Sea Dogs might be one of the best minor league teams the Boston Red Sox have ever had. In fact, 5 of the top 10 Red Sox prospects, including the 3 prospects in MLB's top 100 prospect list, currently reside in Portland. But what if I told you none of those guys were the best player on this team, and in fact, someone else is outperforming all of them? What we're doing in today's video is we're breaking that down. We are talking about a prospect who is surprising everyone with how good they've been this year, why they've been so good, what it means for their future projections, and obviously what it could mean for the future of the Boston Red Sox. But before we get into that, do me a favor, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new here, we talk Red Sox content almost every single day. Don't forget, these episodes are always available on the go in podcast form. If you want to listen as opposed to watch, you can either click the link in my description down below, or you can head over to your favorite podcasting app and look up Red Seat Radio. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one. Let's get into it. The Red Sox prospect that has shined the brightest so far for the Portland Sea Dogs this year is prospect Matthew Lugo, a second-round draft pick back in the 2019 draft. The 23-year-old is flat tearing it up in AA right now. He's currently slashing .306 with a .396 on base percentage and a .642 slug in 40 games for the Sea Dogs this season, which is good for a .186 WRC+. So far this year, he's been about 86% more productive in the batter's box than the average hitter in AA baseball. That on its own is extremely impressive. Throughout his career so far, he's had some solid seasons at the plate, with his previous best coming back in 2022, where in high A he had a .126 WRC+, again 26% above league average. But this year it feels like we're seeing a completely new Matthew Lugo. What has really stood out this season so far for Lugo has been the massive increase in power. Like we mentioned, Lugo's slug is currently sitting at .642, which is the highest slug of his career by a massive 142 points. In 40 games up in Maine this season, he has 10 home runs, 9 doubles, and 3 triples so far. That puts him on pace over a 100-game AA season to finish with 25 home runs, 23 doubles, and 8 triples. That's a ton of extra base hit potential from the right-hand side of the plate. This is a really impressive turnaround for Matthew Lugo, who so far throughout his career has actually struggled quite a bit at the AA level. Last year, he spent about a full season in AA, where he had just a .242 average with a .297 on base percentage and a .381 slug, which was good for an .84 WRC+, meaning so far this year, he has been over 100% more productive at the plate than he was in 2023. But what is really interesting to me about what Matthew Lugo's done so far on the diamond for the Red Sox is what this could mean for his future potential. Right now on SoxProspects.com, which is, in my opinion, by far and away the best place to get your current Red Sox prospect informations, they have a summation of what his career could possibly be, and it starts with this line: Lugo could be a potential up and down utility player with the ceiling of a reserve infielder. The biggest reason for Sox prospects making this prediction is because Lugo's bat just wasn't living up to expectations. In this same summation, they say, quote, "He still needs to improve his approach, especially on breaking balls. He needs to cut down his chase rate, improve quality of contact to reach his potential at the plate." So far this year, that's exactly what Matthew Lugo has been doing this season. He has more than doubled his walk rate in 2024 from 2023, jumping up from a 5.9% walk rate to a 12.3% walk rate this season, and he's cut down on strikeouts by more than 6%, dropping from a 27.6% strikeout rate in 23 to a 21.3% strikeout rate in 2024. And it's not only his swing decisions that have seen a major upgrade, but the quality of contact he's been making when he is swinging at baseballs has improved as well. He's decreased his ground ball rate by over 8% and increased his line drive rate by more than 10%. So not only this year has he been making better swing decisions at the plate when he is making contact, that he is hitting it much harder and in the air, and clearly that is leading to much better results, especially when we go back to how he's he's been able to increase his power. He's been more selective at the plate, and he's punishing pitches he should be punishing. And again, it's leading to really, really impressive results. If his future profile before this season was as a sort of depth piece utility guy for the Boston Red Sox, what does it do to that potential? Well, I think it could increase it a little bit. He now goes from, hey, if that bat doesn't show up, he's a bit of an up and down player, to this could be somebody who sticks to the major league level. Maybe not in an everyday role, but maybe as sort of your everyday utility guy, a guy who fills in basically anywhere on the field, because that's who Matthew Lugo has been over the past couple of years. He came into the system as a shortstop, but because he was having some difficulty fielding over there cleanly, consistently, he was moved over to third base, where he did look much better. He looked much more comfortable at third base. He's played some second base throughout his minor league career, and he's also played this season mostly outfield as well. You're talking about a guy who can play basically anywhere on the diamond, and now that you add in the power potential behind the bat, that potential from an up and down sort of swingman type utility infielder, possibly now becomes more of an everyday guy, someone along the lines of a Brock Holt or a 2022 Christian Arroyo, who does end up playing a pretty big factor in whether or not the Boston Red Sox win. But obviously this is a long ways away, right? We still have some time with Matthew Lugo's development, so for right now, what he's going to have to figure out how to do is continue to put up these numbers at the plate. They don't even have to be at this level over the course of a season, but continuing to improve his at-bat quality and the amount of times he is walking to striking out, plus his contact percentages, are going to go a long way in really increasing the potential he has to impact a big league club. But the question now becomes, what does this do to his path to Major League Baseball, and what does this mean for the Boston Red Sox? But before we get into that, do me a favor, if you haven't already, make sure you've hit that like button. If you're enjoying this content, hitting the like button not only helps these videos out a ton, but it also is the best way to show me that you enjoy this type of content, that you want to see more of this. All right, let's move on to the second part of this video. I think what Matthew Lugo's doing at the plate make things really interesting for the Boston Red Sox for a couple of different reasons. The first reason here is because, especially in the upper levels of the minors this season, what the Red Sox have been seeing is an emergence of sorts of potential quality utility players. In AAA, there have been a couple of guys who've started to make their name for themselves. Chase Meidroth is sitting up there, walking more times than he's striking out, playing all over the diamond, really impacting the game in a lot of different ways. Nick Sogart's in a very similar position in AAA. He's added a bit more power to his game, increasing his numbers from last year. Even a guy like Nick York, who's hitting around league average this year in AA, has started to see time outside of second base, especially in the outfield, where he's played over 10 games so far this season. Adding Matthew Lugo to this list gives the Red Sox a plethora of potential utility options and makes this really interesting in terms of what the future could look like, because now you've got a whole lot of guys who could play a whole lot of different positions and impact the game in a variety of ways. And obviously, as we go forward here, that versatility is going to be really important to the Red Sox success. For Matthew Lugo specifically, this season's a bit of an important one. Coming off of 2024, Matthew Lugo will be eligible in December for the Rule 5 draft, meaning the Red Sox could lose him this offseason. What this means for Lugo and for the Red Sox is he has to play well enough for the Red Sox to determine whether or not he is worthy of a 40-man spot, or if he's a guy that the Red Sox are willing to take a chance on another team picking up going into 2025. On top of that, next offseason, Matthew Lugo will officially be a minor league free agent, meaning he could be free to sign with any team he sees fit. The Red Sox are on the clock a little bit with their decision as to what Matthew Lugo's future looks like, and I think that, combined with the fact that he is absolutely tearing it up in AA right now, combined with the fact that he's already had about a full year's experience at the AA level, could mean we could possibly see a promotion for Matthew Lugo within the next few weeks, especially if he continues to keep doing this. Getting him up to AAA as soon as humanly possible would allow the Red Sox to get a more rounded picture of what he could possibly look like and how he could possibly impact this team going forward. And I think the Red Sox are going to be pretty quick to do that. So his performance alone is helping him increase his timeline a little bit, get closer to major league level, but there are some outstanding factors as well that could be contributing to the possibility of him getting promoted. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Matthew Lugo in a Worcester Red Sox uniform by the end of the month. But regardless of what ends up happening in the future for Matthew Lugo, what he's doing right now, in my opinion, is extremely impressive and definitely deserves to be talked about amongst Red Sox fans. Again, you go back to just the flat star power on the Portland Sea Dogs right now, where your top 3 MLB prospects currently reside. Matthew Lugo's right now outperforming all of them. He's outperforming names that have big weight in the Red Sox fan base. Blaze Jordan, Nick York. He's hitting better than all of them right now, and to me, that deserves credit in its own right, regardless of what the future may hold. But I'm starting to get really excited about who Matthew Lugo could be. He could possibly be a guy that impacts the Boston Red Sox within the next year or so here, but that's just my opinion. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think about this? What do you think about what Matthew Lugo's been doing at the AA level, and what do you think it means for his potential future with the Boston Red Sox? Let me know all your thoughts on the Red Sox prospect shocking everybody in the comment section down below. As always, if you made it to the end of this video, do me a favor, make sure you guys have hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new here, we talk Red Sox content almost every single day. Also, make sure you guys, like I mentioned, hit the like button as well. It really helps these videos out a ton, and if you enjoy the content, it's the best way to let me know you do. Don't forget, these episodes always available in podcast form. Either click the link into my description below to head over to your favorite podcasting app, or head over to your favorite podcasting app and look up Red Seat Radio. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one, and I will see you in the Red Seats.